This is Spare Parts, your show for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Stephen Cleary, Sean Cavarella, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Welcome to Spare Parts. I am your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And if you are watching the video version of this,
Okay.
you can see we have our Miami out. Me in my pink and blue, whatever the fuck this is, got the bucket hat in this great look.
Oh my gosh.
Really works with the headphones, really. Kind of like a cone head at this point.
You do look like a cone head.
Steven, you got the beautiful tropical shirt with the nice reflective sunglasses.
Of course.
I can see what you're looking at your screen. Turn that off. This is inappropriate. Come on.
I can't see shit right now.
Well-
I'm actually taking these off because I won't be able to read otherwise. I'm
Well.
blind.
And Taylor, you tried.
I tried. I wore bright colors. It's a Miami, Miami app. So,
Oh god, I'm trying to get this hat off and it's caught in the headphones.
Sean, this is going
Yeah,
terribly.
we didn't think this all the way through, did
yeah, no, you can't do the hat. That's not a good idea. I'll rock the tropical shirt, but not the hat, not the bucket hat. But yeah,
it's a good look.
Miami. Is there really anywhere else to start except Miami, really?
Yeah, Miami. Okay. Okay, so what should we start with from Miami? Oh, Steven.
Steven, it worked beautifully. Great tropical background.
Amazing. Except, oh no, they do have a beach in Miami. What am I talking about?
It
I've never been, so.
Nope, it looks about as real as the harbor they put in for the racetrack.
Oh gosh. It looked even more terrible during the race.
Oh, it looked awful.
It was terrible.
Gimmicky. It was gimmicky as shit, but you know what? I liked it. From a marketing standpoint, brilliant.
Terrible.
No, I don't. It was terrible. But like,
What else was anyone else talking about on the Thursday and Friday? Nothing. The Miami Grand Prix was the top thing in racing.
It was like the only thing on, Friday and Saturday in racing, so it's not not that hard.
Xfinity, NASCAR got zero airtime in the States.
Yeah, because it got cannibalized by the F1 because that's something new. And I appreciate them doing the boat thing, but at the same time, I don't like it.
I don't know.
You could do
I
something
hated
better.
it. Yes, you could do something so much better than like a pool liner with a few boats on it.
It looked good from the helicopter shot, but they could do a lot better. Considering the cost of this event, they could do way better.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Okay, so before we talk about the on-track stuff, let's talk about the actual venue stuff. Besides the pool fake marina, any other comments on the actual venue? Things you liked, things you didn't like?
Why the hell were tickets so much and you're still losing money?
That's a fair question.
I think honestly, I think it's a good venue for F1 to be in. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of I missed qualifying, unfortunately, because I was working. No, I did see qualifying. Right,
Okay.
Qualifying was on Saturday. It's not a race. Sorry, my brain
So Taylor's having
I don't know,
strike.
had a moment there. I missed practice. That's what I was saying. But qualifying was decent. It was good, but I don't know, the venue stuff, I get why they're there. You could tell there was a lot of money being thrown around.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Like the amount of celebrities tied to possibly big name sponsors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can understand why they chose Miami to have a new race there. Like, also, it's very obvious how much they're trying to get into the U.S. market. So obviously, like, I don't know. The track itself, I thought was okay.
I didn't
Kind of
I
like the
didn't mind
design
it.
to it.
Yeah, actually, I,
I
thought it
didn't
had
mind
decent-
the really long straight. Like, I thought that was obviously it was very well suited for Red Bull.
But like even watching like the W series and like qualifying and stuff, it looked rather challenging at times. The track, like it wasn't a simple, you know, I would say easy Tilka track that we've seen in the past, where it's like okay, turn here, nice, you know, sweeping section here, very high downforce, high speed kind of thing. There was a lot of varied braking zones. You had like the slow little chicane thing. I didn't like the part underneath the overpass. That kind of sucked for the aerial coverage. Having part of it covered.
Yeah.
You could, I don't know, double down and maybe just cover the whole thing. Have your own like Monaco tunnel.
Yeah, if
Something
you're trying to
like
be,
that.
just be Monaco.
Yeah. Besides that, I think it was decent in terms of what they were going for. I'm again, if you're going for Monaco of America, you achieved it. You know, it's really expensive and a really boring ass race.
Yeah, no passing.
Yeah, that was a lot of celebs. Do we want to talk about that?
Are we talking Brundle, the grid walk?
Are we talking
No.
Brundle?
Oh,
I made the mistake of watching I made the mistake of watching the 4-minute hyperclip.
I don't know where to begin on that because it was
It's
just awful.
I know where to begin. I think you summed it up perfectly on Sunday. It's like a slow motion train wreck.
Yeah.
You just can't not watch it.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
first he went to Venus and Serena Williams, called them the wrong name.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he did that.
Yep.
Then he goes to a random tall black guy and thinks it's Patrick Mahomes. Oh my god.
gosh.
Like,
It's actually some 19-year-old Duke basketball player.
yeah.
And what is the fact that he asked two people, what's your name? Who the hell are you?
Can we get
Probably
someone
not great.
doing the grid walk
Yeah.
who's like under the age of 35? Maybe.
Yeah.
And who doesn't ask stupid gatekeeping questions of the sport. Like, is that so hard to ask for?
Yep.
I know. It was so so cringy to watch. I didn't make it all the way through, to be honest, because it just got to a level of secondhand embarrassment that I just can't handle. It was after his interview with David Beckham, but it was just like, oh my gosh, like, dude, he has to stop doing these. He can't do them anymore.
To be fair, the two people who actually were the best and kind of gave decent answers was DJ Khaled and Pharrell.
Oh, DJ Khaled's answer was hilarious.
Yeah. Again, the DJ Khaled doing another one, and Brian will be like, okay, and just kind of wanders off. Like, you don't get it.
You summed it. But I did like how after DJ Khaled did his whole little spiel before he did the another one, he was just like, I have no notes. I couldn't add anything to what you just said.
He actually had a pretty good answer too.
It's like but like that's the perfect response. He didn't say anything, and then he stuck his foot in his mouth afterwards. But
And like, okay, even when he started it off with Mario Andretti and Emerson Fittipaldi, I mean, that was kind of fun, but also kind of got awkward.
Yeah.
Because
I
don't know
I
if
think
we'll
Sky Sports really needs to choose somebody else to
okay,
do these grid walks.
what was the cringe part with those two? Because that wasn't in the Super Cup.
Okay, so what happened in that situation was, I don't know if people saw this one. It was like one of the first things he started with on the grid walk. But he's talking to Emerson, and then he's talking to Mario, and Zach Brown's there, and Mario's like, oh yeah, these cars are great, and then Brundle's kind of like, oh yeah, don't you want to just drive one of these cars? He's like, yeah, I would really love to. It's one on my bucket list to drive one of these cars. He goes to Zach, make it happen. And Zach's like, sure. And then it kind of seemed like it's true, but not true. And then they just kind of didn't really know where to go with this. And then it just kind of fell apart real fast.
Just stands there with the foot out like,
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
it was weird. Wasn't the best, but
Well, I think
feel-
that's the theme for
I
Martin
feel
Brundle.
I feel bad for him though too. Like you're
Yeah.
trying to run around. You have a producer probably screaming in your ear, giving you how much time you have, telling you what's
Well-
happening. You have to try to find someone, and then you have to try to come up with a question that's somewhat entertaining, but also
Mhm.
not stupid.
Yeah, and
It's
like
a very
themed towards
difficult
F1.
situation. It really is.
And you also
Yeah.
have first-hand embarrassment when your producer is screaming, "That's not Patrick Mahomes."
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
No. I got an idea. After this, I got an idea, and it's something that they would already have. We just need a singular printout just for him. We just need a celebrity printout, like a spotter's guide.
That wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah. That would not be terrible. Like this is, or go through a slideshow of like, this is who's we know is gonna be there this weekend.
He also went up to one random like guy who was like the older Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the social media guy?
Yeah, that was
That was so
that
bad.
was just weird. It's like, okay, just cut it
That
off
was
there.
so weird.
Like if
But
you
it's
don't
like,
know,
who are you? Tell me.
Yeah.
if you don't know, don't. Just don't.
Yeah, just
try
don't.
Brendel was smart enough. He can maneuver his way in the situations. Don't force it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he did too much forcing on that grid because I'm sure he's being yelled at. Find celebrities. Get celebrities and stuff because we want to promote this. We want to make this look big that everyone's here. He couldn't find anyone because there were so many people there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we've talked about Martin Brundle and
drink after
the
that one.
grid walk, should we address going through the theme of interviews? Should we address the post-race interviews before we actually talk about the racing itself?
No. There's
No,
nothing.
No?
There's nothing wrong with the post-race interviews.
The only thing that was wrong was I don't think they prepped Willie to do it.
Yeah,
No.
but that's what I mean. Like, I think he would have been a lot better and less choppy, and maybe it would have come off better, because to me, as I'm like watching, it was a little yikes. But I think that had a lot more to do with the fact that he probably wasn't used to it and they didn't prep him enough.
Also, he's an older guy. I think he's late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
67.
Okay.
But I think he was a really good choice for them to go with if they were going to choose an American, because he's an icon, right?
Yeah, he's a great racing icon. I think
Yeah.
asking him to maybe be quick on his feet and ask some questions is kind of difficult to do. So
Yeah.
maybe prep him with
Yeah.
actual questions or have someone who knows what they're doing. You know who would have been great in
Yeah.
that situation? Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
She was there.
Mhm.
She's good on the camera and behind the mic.
I mean, she also had a bit of an odd moment trying to high five signs,
I mean,
right? That was a little awkward, right?
only I can high
Good
five.
job out there.
Only I can high five drivers casually and get away with it. So,
Who did you high five?
Cash Nevers the one time. Was it Herda?
The one time.
Herda in the paddock just walking by. Yeah, you just gotta stick your hand up, like, hey, as you walk by. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta be loud,
Okay,
hand
fair
up.
enough,
You know what to do. Yeah, not that difficult.
It's the stupidest thing.
Steven's still mad.
Yeah.
Steven lacks the
What, were you
confidence
not
to
there
even
that
try.
day?
No, he was both
No,
times.
I'm mad at the reason we even ran into Helio. That was so stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was when I forgot my bag back at the stands, and then I had to go back.
Then he
and
stops
get
for
it.
a poutine as we're all standing there waiting for his dumbass.
There was no line. Well, there was like 4
Doesn't even
people.
bring us any. Doesn't bring. Doesn't even.
This
bring
is the
poutine.
most Sean thing I've ever heard. But anyway, okay.
And then as I'm munching on a poutine, leaving,
Yeah.
I high five.
We're all standing there saying, "Look at this guy. He's a fucking dumbass." Oh, hey, Elliot. What the fuck?
Yeah. Again, you gotta be on your toes. You gotta be ready for this,
You have to-
this stuff, Steven.
You have to be ready.
He's still
Amazing.
angry. It's a great one.
All right.
So yeah,
Racing?
Yeah, let's talk about the actual race.
Let's go racing.
It sucked until the safety car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of it was pretty boring. Like it was Yeah, it happened exactly how it was going to happen in my mind, because there was that long straight, and we know that the Red Bulls have more straight line power, so I figured that Verstappen was just going to take the lead, and of course he did, and then it was boring for like 30-40 minutes,
Yep.
I missed
and
the
then the
first
safety car
35.
happened.
I missed the first 35 laps of this race because it was Mother's Day,
Right.
But I come back, and you know it's never good if the race director's saying, "Yeah, get a landscape shot. We need to show off the venue a little bit, and we're just gonna, I don't know, play some radio over it. But yeah, we're gonna get like a 15-second shot of the skyline, get a shot of the stadium. Why not? There's nothing else going on. That's never a good sign."
No, not at all.
Yeah, but then chaos, fire Elmo with Lando.
But like, I have some thoughts about that whole situation.
Okay, which part though? Are we getting into the crash, or is this more front end?
The race itself. So, the issue it seemed to be, there was a couple. One, the tires had zero degradation, it seemed. Like, the mediums were fine for a good chunk of the race, over half distance. The hards could have probably gone full race distance. Like, I think a big issue why this was not the best race is they went a little conservative on the tires.
But that's also something they've done at other tracks, so that's not really a track thing.
No, it's not. It's a usual Pirelli FIA thing, because they don't know. They have no data, so let's just go right in the middle, and we'll adjust accordingly. So maybe coming back next year, the tires might be a little bit better, a little different.
Go a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
But it also seemed like tires didn't matter too much also when it got to the end of it. When you had everyone on mixed tires, it didn't really...
Mm-hmm.
Which goes
Paris is on the mediums. He's going to fly past everybody. Nope.
Yeah. And that kind of goes to, I guess, the whole track service thing, which we can talk about after in terms of drivers' comments, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time that they're racing at this venue, right? So there's always going to be an experiment, I guess, in a way, right? Like, you might not get it right the first year, but hopefully it's going to be better. Like, they're going to have to learn from what happened this race. Hopefully it's going to be more entertaining next year.
Yeah. I think it will be. I think this definitely had growing pains to the actual event and to the on-track action.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's a good baseline they can move from. Because the last half of the race is pretty entertaining. And you saw when, I guess, you had guys on different paces towards the end, it kind of got interesting. Because you had guys punting other guys off. Because it was narrow and there wasn't much grip, so guys were taking risks towards the end. You had guys running wide on older tires, a la Bottas. I don't know. The race really picked up after that safety car because it just everyone was on different tires. Everyone's just trying different stuff. It paid off for some guys. It didn't for others. So yeah, I think if they go with a softer tire combination for next year, it could definitely provide a better racing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's more variable in the strategy and stuff.
And if not, it's only a 10-year deal.
Well, hopefully they start making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was unexpected upfront costs, allegedly.
Paying all the celebrities to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, the final bit of the race, what part was your favorite? Did you enjoy the Sainz-Perez fight, the Leclerc-Verstappen fight, the midfield clusterfuck?
The Sainz-Perez fight was good. I wish we could have watched more of the Leclerc-Verstappen fight, but every time Leclerc got close, no, we don't need to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know who the race director was, or the videographer, whatever you
TV director.
Sure.
Okay.
But yeah, fired immediately.
Yeah,
Get someone else in there now. Yesterday.
it
5
was
weeks
pretty
ago.
frustrating. It was pretty frustrating, I will say, especially when it would get to like, 400ths of a second. You could see it on the board, but they weren't showing anything. All we were watching was Perez and Sainz, which was a good fight. And it sucked for Perez. It could have been a good, he could have gotten a podium. It just sucked that he locked up
I mean, it's
in
like
that
he had no
pass, but
engine.
yeah, because it was a sensor problem, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what was it that someone calculated the difference in horsepower or something.
Yeah.
It was like something like
can't
I think it
remember
was
what
like
it
something like 125 horsepower he was down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's a decent amount.
Pitwall said, "No, you're fine."
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Bull
Yeah.
isn't quite out of the woods yet with reliability.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If that's Verstappen, he doesn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we go further back on the grid, what did I enjoy? I quite enjoyed the comment from. I told you. I know, Sean. I told you I wasn't gonna mention this, but it was just too good.
Go right ahead. It's fine.
I quite enjoyed the radio message from Lewis saying that the strategy hasn't been kind to him. But what I enjoyed more were the memes that came out after that. Regarding just like how many times Botas got screwed on strategy in favor of Lewis. So I don't know, like I get what he's saying. They did, and they chose
the choice. They gave him the choice specifically.
Yeah, and he said he didn't care.
Yeah, and he punted.
Yeah.
So to be honest, it's not on them; it's on him. Like he just made a bad.
Well,
George made the right call.
Yeah,
George
it is
lucked
kind
out
of
with the safety car.
He did. He lucked out.
It is kind of on Mercedes because they made the call, but Lewis cannot be upset because he said, "I don't want to make a decision. You guys do it."
And they said, "Fine,
Exactly.
we won't do it because it's not worth the risk."
Yeah,
exactly.
We are doing what is best for the team,
Mm-hmm.
which is not favoring you. So don't get mad at us.
Yeah. You guys know my thoughts. I find it interesting, but Lewis, we can't expect him, I think, to kind of go lightly into the end of his career. He's always going to want to be the top dog, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you still see Alonso fighting for that now. Why would Hamilton be any different?
Exactly. So, yeah. But it made me laugh just a little bit.
That's fair. Speaking of, I guess, tragic call, should Ferrari have made a pit stop under the safety car?
With one of the cars, probably.
Yes. I would agree with that.
You never had the pace. I don't know why you wouldn't try something then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if you can switch it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's technically conservative that, we're running fine. Why change it? But I don't know.
Yeah. My dad texted me today. My dad texted me complaining like, "Oh, Ferrari blew it. They should have pit and stuff." And I'm like, well, they played it safe, which they should have done last race, but didn't. So really, can you blame them?
That was more driver than anything, but
exactly. So you want to maximize your points where you can, though, still, right?
Yep.
So I see Ferrari making the right call there. I wouldn't have done anything different. You take what's guaranteed.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, they still had a good result at the end of the race. A 2-3 is good. Like, every team wants to win the race. But I think it's hard. Like, with a track that, with the long straightaway, I think Red Bull, it was just better suited to their car when it works. But thankfully, for Verstappen, his car worked this week. He ended up winning, which was good for him. It's making the drivers' championship a lot closer. But hopefully Ferrari can learn from this. and they'll see better results in the races coming. That's my hope anyway,
I think
as
that's
a
fair.
Ferrari fan.
I still think advantage is towards Ferrari so far this season.
hmm Well, I mean, the variety of tracks that we're going to see going forward in the season, like there are going to be circuits that Ferrari will dominate on 100%. So it's just getting to those races, I think, and they're just kind of taking their lumps with some things, but I think they also have to have some bad calls with strategy to learn from them so that they know how to manage things a little better.
Yeah, and like we saw in the past few years, like when there actually was like a championship fight being like either Red Bull or Ferrari against Mercedes. Mercedes car was always the good at fast corners car, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, you can have you can be faster in the straights. That is fine. We'll be faster in the corners and have high downforce. We will win on the majority of tracks because that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Red Bull might be faster down the straight. There's a lot more corners and straights in the F1 calendar, so I think advantage throughout the season is Ferrari. And they haven't even upgraded yet. They still haven't done anything to the car.
This isn't even my final form.
Yeah, like, when we actually get into, like, Spain next week, I'm expecting a Ferrari 1-2.
Yep.
Like, I'm expecting a Sainz Ferrari 1-2.
Wow.
Aha. Get the Spanish driver the win in Spain? Huh?
Get some bonus points with the hometown crowd. Don't hate it.
You gonna place a bet on that?
I'm checking the odds right now, okay?
I knew it.
But so top 6, no surprise. Ferrari, Red Bull fighting. Mercedes best of the rest. Bottas best of the rest. He is quietly putting together a very good start to the season.
Yes. He's definitely flying under the radar, but good for him. I'm happy to see Bottas kind of come into his own and just be successful in a car that's, like, we know is lesser to other ones on the grid. Like, he's not driving in a top line car, but it's good to see him prove that that the talent is there, then he's not being stymied. So I'm really happy to see the results that he's getting.
Yeah, he is definitely a good team leader for Alpha. I'm surprised they're doing actually as well as they are. As we predicted beginning of the season, we didn't have Alpha having a good year. And Bottas has said, hold my vodka, and is, probably the 7th best driver in the grid right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would have no problem saying that.
I would agree with you.
He's 8th, actually, technically.
Whatever.
Okay. He's had one bad race.
Yeah. No,
And my phone goes off because my mother just called me. Oh, well. Whoops. I'll get that later.
That was Mother's Day yesterday. Should have called yesterday if you gave a shit.
Exactly. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Esteban Ocon finishing 8th.
Not bad after
Not bad.
modeling it in FP3?
Yeah,
right?
FP3 didn't get to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Cracked
Yeah.
the chassis.
He started 17th, I guess, technically, because he was 9th,
Mm-hmm.
20th? No. 20th plus 2, he started 18th.
Yeah.
Look at you doing math.
Well, the
He mathed.
Astons were in the pit lane.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, good for him. I mean, it's a good result for him considering the circumstances, so I'd say he had a good race.
Yeah, I think so. Like, don't know what else you can really ask for. From the back of the grid to 8th,
Points.
pretty good.
Especially after Alonso 2 5-second penalties and knocking himself out of the points.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Ocon, Albon, Stroll all came from the back and used that hard tire well, and basically just went long. Got kind of lucky on the safety car. Stroll was up there, got bounced out, and then somehow came back from everyone fucking up in front of him.
Shitty pay driver.
Yeah, totally. Bro, he had an issue with Magnussen, right?
Yep.
Right.
Then Ricardo had an incident, I think. Then you had Vettel versus Schumacher. That's awkward. I
Mick.
feel bad for
That
him.
was.
Oh, Mick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing so much.
Yeah, that was tough.
You were going to get points, Mick.
I know. It just.
You were going to get points.
I
That
would
was
have
a tough
loved
situation for them.
to be in that part of that conversation later between Mick and Vettel.
Yeah.
Also, Vettel knew the second that happened, it was Mick. He's like,
Yeah.
Like, even on the
I
radio.
want to be
oh.
really fucking mad, but I can't.
Yeah, on the radio, he wasn't mad. He was just disappointed.
Disappointed.
Like, it was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Alonso with a double 5-second penalty. Ugh.
Yep.
Not a good one. Not a good way to finish your week. I think it was all in the last 5 laps. Alonso got penalized too.
Yep.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily his best week, I would say.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, it adds to the legend of red-haired Alex Albon.
I want to see the entire team rock up in Spain with red hair.
They better.
That was the
Like,
bet.
how do you not?
That was the agreement.
No, but also, how do you not? Like, have you seen his last 3 starts where he's had the red hair?
Yeah.
He's like P10 or P20 to P10, P18 to P11, and then P16 to P9.
Yeah. But even like
All right, so there's power in the red hair.
But he bet the team because he re-dyed it brighter red, and he told the team if he gets points, the whole team has to do it. They agreed. They better all do it. Fucking Latifi, get your hair red. I swear to God.
They better do it. They better do it. I'd be so disappointed if they didn't.
Yeah, I think they will. I hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, might for those playing fantasy, might be time to sneak Alex Albon on there as a cheap option.
Not a bad call at all, I feel.
He's getting the passes. He won't get you points on Saturday. He'll get you points on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean.
So is that
as long as he
you
finishes.
saying that maybe
Until
I
he
should
does.
drop Norris?
I mean, drop him like a basketball. Get it? Because
Yeah.
the helmet was a basketball.
Yeah.
Right?
I did like the McLaren helmets. That was the one thing.
Yeah,
they
those
got
were
rid
good. Did you see the McLaren crop tops?
Oh, how did we
Yeah,
not talk
that
about
was-
that?
Yeah.
How do we not
Amazing.
talk about that?
Absolutely amazing.
It's just iconic.
Was
Yeah.
not expecting to see that on my feed on Friday.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
how,
I thought it was photoshopped.
yeah.
Didn't think it was real.
I'm sure the fan fiction community, Taylor, is loving that crop top imagery. Let's go with that.
Have not read any updates or like brand new stories that include the crop top yet, but I have
They're in the
also
works.
not searched up
Yeah.
Miami GP. I'm sure they're being written as we speak.
Exactly. Something about, like, Norris being sad that he was terrible or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Though he looked so
Most
awkward in that.
likely.
He looked so awkward in that.
He
that
did.
crop top vest thingy. Oh.
Daniel was right at home.
Yeah, Daniel had no problem.
No.
But that's like Daniel's vibe though. Like he's a fun dude like that. He'll do anything.
Yeah.
Down for whatever.
Oh, and there was Vettel with his underwear over the.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
How did we skip all this Friday stuff?
There's so much stuff that happened. Like
Yeah.
it actually was such a fun event for stuff. The racing kind of killed the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the biggest problem was the racing, like the actual race itself sucked, but everything else was like iconic.
Yeah, 100%. Like, okay, so you had that. You had Vettel's underwear thing. You had Lewis Hamilton with all the jewelry.
Yep. And
Which-
3 fucking watches.
Do we want to talk about the jewelry thing?
Go for it.
Oh, this is the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah, Steven's out.
I can't. Okay, Sean, you go because I'm just gonna rant for 5
Okay, fair.
minutes.
So, in my opinion, the whole jewelry thing, I get some of the points Lewis is making. Like, the earrings and nose rings, I feel, shouldn't matter.
Yeah, that shouldn't matter. I agree with that.
Like, if the reason we're probably saying no jewelry is probably something to have to do along the lines of safety. And specifically the fact that, we saw last year or not last, 2 years ago, a very dangerous crash with Romain Grosjean. And, maybe you can make the argument that in something like that, you could get burned if the jewelry heats up to a certain temperature, yada yada. But at the same time, Grosjean even weighed in on that and said, yeah, the only part of my finger that's not burned is where his wedding ring was. So, I feel bad. Like, I think drivers should be allowed to wear their wedding ring when they race. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
A watch, I can kind of understand. Maybe that's a bit much to have.
Yeah.
I think.
What are you gonna do? Just check your time.
Yeah, they already have the fake watch in the glove anyway. It's all good. Yeah. I don't understand watches and chains. Yeah, I don't think those should be part of your driving attire. Nothing against it, but also in the worlds of safety, if debris hits it and pulls it or something, or catches it in some weird way, you don't want your arm getting like flayed. Or, I don't know, say you have like a necklace or something and that gets hit by a tiny piece of debris that like pulls it. All of a sudden you get a hard yank across the neck. Not a good thing.
Yeah.
But like the nose thing, earrings, let that be. That's not a fight FIA should make.
Yeah. I was going to say, you know what? The easiest way to sum this up is that for both sides, this is really the hill we're dying on.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point,
like,
though.
If
that
I have a cock
is the
ring,
point.
If I have a cock ring, I should be able to race with it. No?
Why did we go there? Why did we have to go there?
Didn't like
now
Lewis
we
and
have
Max
to put an
allude to
explicit
something
rating.
like that? Okay, no, we don't. It's
Nipple rings.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It was nipple rings, not. Oh my gosh. Okay. But no, like I think Steven made the point exactly. Like this is the hill that we're seriously gonna die on. But like the thing for me is that this was not like, okay, you want to take a stand, fine, do that. Maybe this wasn't the weekend to do that, because if we're going to be protesting something, there are other things going on currently in the States that perhaps you should want to be making a stand on. He did, and I will say, he did make a comment. However, to go out of your way to make a point about the whole jewelry thing, wearing like an unnecessary amount, like you could just make your point by stating it, by saying you're not going to follow it, like, okay. But by, like, just going out of your way to wear that much jewelry, I just think it's unnecessary.
I did love that, to be honest. All the watches, all the rings, I'm here for that kind of pettiness. That's the fuck yous that I want to see.
Okay, and, like, that's fair. I guess, like, for me, I was, like, with the whole Roe versus Wade thing that happened, like, just happened, like, is this seriously where we want to make our point and our stand? Or like Polo Vettel, who, he's wearing a shirt about how Miami's going to be underwater in the next 10 years. Because environment.
Yeah.
Issues, right?
Yeah.
So
I wonder if they'll do something more on that kind of, in like the Roe v. Wade issue, more towards Texas race, because they have more time to plan stuff. Like, plan a helmet.
Pretty fresh.
Yeah, pretty fresh, also official. Unexpected. Yeah, it's not like it happened. Yeah. It was a leak that did that, right? So...
Yeah, it wasn't, and it wasn't fully official. Yeah, right. Technically, it is true. We're going to. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah, exactly. So there is some wiggle room with that.
Very true. Very true. It's just, I find it just to be a weird hill to die on, because I think he can just quietly not follow it. Like, he already said he wasn't going to. Like, he's just not going to remove his earrings. And I get that. If they're welded in, like, who really wants to remove that? It's also not an issue because it's sitting inside the inside the helmet, so whatever. Like, unless the helmet came off, it wouldn't necessarily pose a safety risk.
You have bigger issues if that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Though maybe it's like you could hit your head hard enough or something that like the earring gets like embedded in your head. I don't know if that, I don't think that's possible if the helmets. I mean, I've seen that happen where someone got an earring embedded in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing soccer at like elementary school, and some girl walked by the net right as someone kicked it, and hit her right in the ear. Yeah, very bad time. Very bad time.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it can happen. It's just I don't think in an F1 context that's something to worry about.
I feel like the way that the helmets are engineered, it's unlikely.
Yeah,
Like they're trying to avoid
they're padded to shit.
damage to the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was kind of fun though. All the little things that happened. Is there anything else we're missing? Like little things that happened?
I don't know.
Oh, speaking of Lewis, we got a great picture of him, Michael Jordan, David Beckham, and Tom Brady. That was a cool picture to see.
So
I think that one will be remembered for a long time just because it's like four.
Yeah, how many championships was that?
Well, I mean, golf.
A lot.
So golf. I was gonna say golfing on Lewis and Tom golfed on what was it, like the Wednesday. That's 14. That's 14 championships. You add in Michael Jordan. That's another 6. So there's 20
right there. Yeah.
Before you add David Beckham, which I don't know how you count soccer championships, if you go by league titles or UEFA.
Just go by World Cups, in which case 0.
Oh, then you're still at 20.
Sorry, British fans. Or English fans, I guess, just specifically. Oops.
You know what? The English fan that we do have,
Yeah, where are you going with that?
not going to listen anymore.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on, I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
What? I'm just going to look up how many championships David Beckham has.
I'm gonna guess like 5. I really because I have
he played for Man United in a very
we're losing Taylor.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Didn't he also
Hello?
win one with the Galaxy when he came over?
MLS doesn't count.
Yes.
It's not real soccer.
So there's one
Sorry, football.
Champions League title, 4 Community Shields. I don't know what that is. 6 Premier League titles. So that's a big one. So
Okay,
that's
we'll go with 6. 6
7.
Let's go 6.
26 total.
Yeah, let's go
That's good enough.
26. That's
yeah,
good.
but there's 2 MLS Cups.
Those are like B League. That's a retirement league for him. Let's be honest.
All right, fine. Okay, so let's do Premier League plus FA because FA Cups are pretty big too. Like they're big deals. So that's 8.
Fine, we'll allow it. 28.
Sure, 28.
That's a pretty good group of guys. Yeah.
Michael Jordan is bringing down the average with only 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Michael.
Yeah, but did you see? Was it TSN? The TSN tweet? They tweeted out that picture, and then they tweeted out like, "Tell us the difference." It was like, "Tell us the difference," and it was a picture of like 4 goats underneath.
Oh, that's funny.
So they took that opportunity pretty good.
Okay, so if you had to put another athlete into that 4, who would you do?
Ooh, that's tough.
Ooh.
I see the Gretzky or Tiger.
Yeah, Gretzky, Tiger, maybe Michael Phelps, just because it's in the States.
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
If we're going American, yeah, maybe Phelps.
Like one of the most winning.
There's a
Olympians of all
lot.
time.
Yeah, there's a lot that you could do.
I remember.
Tiger would be a good one. Tiger would be a good one. Trying to think of like other sports that are like huge in the States.
I mean, could you do like a Jeter? But I feel like he doesn't have the championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that would depend on who you think is like for baseball, right? I don't follow baseball very much.
No, Jeter you could kind of do because he's a part owner of the Marlins. So there's a Florida tie-in.
Yeah, I guess the only person who's not really an owner in that whole group was Tom Brady.
And that's because he's still fucking playing.
I mean, he owns like most of the league, so
he owns the AL East, or
pretty much
the AFC East. Sorry,
I got what you were going with that. Okay. Anything else to add for the Miami race?
No,
Not all?
we got.
No.
I
I think we covered it.
Did anyone
that was only a
watch-
40-minute discussion.
Did anyone watch the W series?
I did not get a chance. No.
No, I did
Oh
not.
man, that was actually pretty fun too.
Yeah.
Jamie
okay.
Chadwick
Well,
is still the boss.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well,
I did
obviously.
see the results,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Jesus, well, this is gonna be a short season.
I believe Nuria Marty could challenge her.
Well, she's the only one really, right?
She beat her for pole. She's the only reason she didn't have a good fight in the first race. She stalled it on the grid, still recovered to 6th. She started 2nd, had a good fight against her on the second race, came 2nd. So we might have a championship fight there. Emma Kimmel-Leiden had a terrible luck where got basically taken out in both races. Well, not taken out, but made a decent mistake in both times. So the W Series was really fun, and I think having them start in Miami was also very good for that series to kind of jumpstart. It's maybe, I would say popularity, but foothold, I guess, in the U.S. Because I feel like in the U.S., racing fans may not give a shit about it.
Yeah.
It was fun. That's kind of all I got to add to that. Since y'all can't watch it, can't have a discussion about that.
No. Pick the bad weekend to do it.
Clearly. Anything else to discuss? Or any else racing stuff you want to mention?
I'm gonna say
There's
in
the
general,
Formula-
or
And in general, we got Formula E
Okay.
cars. We got.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna talk about, you mentioned towards the end of the F1 race, we're talking about punting. I think we have to talk about NASCAR and the ending to that race, because there was two very obvious sides to the Logano Byron incident at the end of the.
Who?
Byron.
There we go. Okay.
I was like, I just said the fucking name.
Yeah.
Byron.
Yeah, it's your joke you do all the time to me.
Yeah.
I'm just turning it
Yes.
back on you. Wait
Yeah,
a
I'm not-
Thanks for
I'm
playing.
like Willie T. I'm like Willie T. Ribs. I'm not used to being on this side of the mic. Okay.
Clearly.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, Logano just straight up runs into the back of Byron.
Oh, he takes him out in the
Yeah.
last lap or second last lap, first corner.
Second last lap. Yeah. And
Yeah.
just punts him into the wall. And a lot of people were like, what the hell? That's so dirty, blah, blah, blah. And then someone winds the tape back to like 2 laps before that, where Byron like rides Logano up into the wall. And it's like, now it's a fair play. They were both shoving around. So since I already know Taylor didn't watch. Sean, what do you think?
What?
Shocker. Taylor didn't watch NASCAR.
Okay, I saw the results.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I know.
I actually looked up the results.
Yeah, Reddick got second place again. Fuck me, eh? Keep putting money on him. Keep getting second.
Oh, Sean, you gotta stop.
And
the
Stop.
guy
No.
Reddick
Can you tell me the one time that you don't put money on him so I can?
Reddick is fucking due for a win. If he doesn't win, like I think it's like his 4th or 5th second place this year. So I just want to say I keep betting on him because he's always there at the end. And he is always putting in good results. I'm just pulling it up right now to see how many second places he has this season.
1, 2, just 2.
Dude, I thought he had more.
He's also got a third. He's got a third, a 5th.
Okay, yeah, he's got a second.
So he's been in the
third,
top
fifth,
5
seventh.
consistently.
Yeah.
When he doesn't
A
get wrecked.
7th.
Yeah. I feel he's always there.
Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
Bet on him to place top 5. There you go.
I really should at this point. But
And
yeah.
then
you
he'll-
really should.
And then
Or no,
Steven
then
can
he'll finish-
win.
Well, no. I was gonna say then he'll finish 6th.
So I'll start with an NASCAR thing, and then I have a second thing to tangent to ask you guys also.
Okay.
But for the actual Logano and Byron incident, Steven did not say it.
I wasn't going to.
Okay, I thought you were. No. It's nothing. Byron didn't squeeze out Logano on the restart. It just came through the track narrowed. Logano bobbled down low, and Byron bobbled high, and they kind of touched. It wasn't, I think, an issue at all. One went low, one went high, and these kind of came together. No harm, no foul. For the Logano wrecking Byron, or just pushing him out of the way, yeah, this has been a established, unwritten rule of NASCAR where they're okay with that.
Yeah.
They want to bring back the rubbing is racing, and being the leader with a guy right behind you is not always the best.
Yeah.
So,
Well, NASCAR's kind of known for, like the drivers kind of get their elbows out a little bit, and it's okay. It's something that you kind of expect in NASCAR. So I totally see your point, Sean. Like, obviously, did not watch it, will not lie, but I can see Sean's point there.
And I think it comes down to the people defending Logano are probably Penske or Logano fans. People that are
it was
defending
Penske's first win of the
obviously.
year.
Yeah. Put some respect on Austin Cindric's name.
Yeah, that
Come
was
on.
really bad.
He won it's not even that he won a race. He also won the Daytona 500.
He won your biggest race. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just a quick back thing on Reddick yet. He hasn't won yet in Cup, but he has 5 second place finishes.
There you go. That's where you got it from.
Yeah. Like that's I feel bad.
That's like Bubba. That's like Bubba at Daytona.
Pretty much. But yeah, I don't see an issue with what Logano did. It's if I was a fan of Byron, I'd be pissed. But it's especially because it's Logano. People hate Logano for some reason.
Yeah, and again, so if that is who's a fan favorite, if that's Justin Haley to do it, who came third, good for him, coming from way back in 29th. But if that's Justin Haley and he does that for his first win, he did what he had to get his first win. Fantastic, good job on the kid. Pulling a vet move on another young driver.
Tyler Reddick on Logano, people are losing their mind.
Yeah,
but
it sometimes comes down to just who hits who.
Yeah, it's Logano, and Logano is one of the more hated guys I feel in NASCAR, so it is what it is. At the end of the day, NASCAR deems no harm, no foul. It's fine. Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, if I don't think NASCAR came close to even reviewing it. So why are we freaking out?
Yeah, it's not a thing.
If it was that's something. If that's something where the guys in the booth are like, I think NASCAR is going to have to review that. Then yeah, sure, you might have an argument, but they were like, yeah, you just shoved them, did them a little dirty, but you know what? That's NASCAR.
Yeah, it's Robbins racing, man. Yeah, it is what it is. Other form of racing. Did you guys see the Kentucky Derby shit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's been all over my feed, but I don't know what this is about.
So basically,
it's been all over TikTok and stuff.
The winner was the longest shot to win. It was a 1 in 80 odds, I think, something like that. So on a $1 bet, you would get $80 back. If you were to bet $10, you would get $800.
Oh my gosh!
The trifecta was something like $130,000 or something, on a $10 bet or something like that.
Wow!
It was nuts. So what happened was the one horse was originally slated to run. They had to pull out. Whatever the winning, I don't even know who won, what the winning horse was.
Rich Strike.
Yep, made a lot of people rich who ever bet on that horse.
Yep.
But
a lot of people struck rich,
pretty much,
including one guy who I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently, one guy actually went up and punched the horse for some reason. I don't know.
Okay, that's
what?
Impressive. Don't hurt horses.
I don't know.
But yeah, so this horse got put in on the very outside post of the starting row, very last minute, and they're like, "Yeah, you're in." And the horse had 1 in 80 odds to win or something like that. Something I don't know what the top horse was, but usually they're really high favorites, like a 3 to 4 or something like that, heavy favorites. So this thing being a 1 in 80 is absurd, and it somehow won.
Yep.
People lost.
My one fantasy football league, we use the Kentucky Derby as our draft lottery. And the guy who won last year obviously gets the last pick of horses. And all of us just start saying, you won't take that random horse. You won't do it, you coward.
Did he do it?
He didn't do it.
Then what's the point of the story? Come on.
Oh. But I guess I don't know. It just sort of highlights. Yeah, that horse had long odds.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
It's like-
the horse that long odds and it has never won.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, alas, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you want to talk Formula E, Steven? You mentioned that earlier before the show.
Yeah, we can. Just quickly.
The Gen
Like,
3 daggers.
Formula-
Sure.
Yeah, the freaking pyramids with wheels. Yeah, Formula E
Yeah.
has released their Gen 3 car. They did that ahead of Monaco, which was, what, 2 weeks ago?
We didn't even talk about that race. That was a good race too.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's interesting. The shorter car that fits the track makes the track interesting because they can actually pass.
And race, yeah, and they don't have to
Who would have thought?
be a boat, yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Gen E Formula 3?
I like what they're doing.
Did I say Gen? I said
There's-
Gen E Formula 3. Gen 3 Formula
Three
E.
Formula E.
We knew what you meant.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
was just like, bit of a
I
stretch.
just have. I'm trying to hold on. I'm looking these up because I remember. Can't remember if it was in the one group chat or the other, but I know somebody sent it.
Yep.
Formula E Gen.
But it's
Google.
while you're looking that up. So the big changes with this, they made the car lighter by like 60 kilos. So
They took off
you know.
so much body work. It's
Yep.
it's
Wow.
back to being open wheel.
and it's faster because now it runs up to 200.
Yep.
The
It has a
ha-
bigger
what was-
power delivery basically in it.
They have a front-mounted motor for also to help regeneration. So now I think 40% of the race is going to be just based off of regenerative power.
Which is
Which
huge.
is- Crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's basically saying, yeah, imagine that you're gonna start your day with your phone at 60% battery, but
And
you'll
it makes
make it through
itself
the
up.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll make it through the day, and you can, basically stream to like super high intense videos or something
hmm
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes. But anyways, so yeah, it's a more powerful car that's lighter. The design kind of funky. It almost know what I've sort of thought of. It looks like a Jedi starfighter,
I like it. Okay.
See it?
But,
right?
but you're
I
so
would
I
talking.
see it.
really,
But you're
I-
talking
I
like
really-
episode 2, not episode 3. You know, because
yeah, episode 3 kind of more, but yeah, more episode 2.
like the triangle one.
Yeah. Either way, it's very Republic era Starship. They were really obsessed with triangles for whatever reason. Anyways,
They got rid of the wheel covers, which I actually really like.
I was sort of on the car design at first, but looking through some pictures and sleeping on it, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
like it. At first, I was
Once
like,
we
"What the
get-
hell is this?"
once-
But yeah, I am a big fan.
And now I really want a Disney crossover with someone. Bring back the Red Bull Star Wars cars. Just paint it like that for Monaco. Do it, you cowards.
That would be good.
That would be hilarious. Paint R2D2 on your car.
Oh my god!
Okay, that
right
would be
behind the
amazing.
driver.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And you know,
That would
and
be
you know what?
fantastic.
And you know what? When it's powering up, it probably sounds like R2D2 screaming anyways.
I mean, if they fix the noise issue, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Very
see,
good R2D2
yeah,
impression.
Very well done. It's not hard to do a robotic scream.
True.
But yeah, so it's like if you're F1, look at what these guys did and do that. Smaller car. You don't even have to be more powerful, but find a way to make your car lighter.
It's not hard. Just regulate the wheelbase. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
yeah,
I don't know.
if Formula
it'll
E
be
becomes the
interesting.
new like Monaco thing to watch, I might be okay with that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I can
thing-
see it.
The thing looks really cool. I will like. I'm looking at like I
Mhm.
think it's the Mahindra version of it on Google Images.
Oh,
It
all
looks
the
great.
all the renders that people
Yeah.
did. Yeah, there's some good looking ones, and that's the thing. I think when you looked at the generic one that Formula E released, where it's just like sort of the rainbow prism color,
You don't get a good
Mhm.
idea for the lines on it.
no. But once you see it with the
The Jaguar one looks good too.
yeah, once you see it with the actual current liveries sort of transplanted onto it, it looks a lot nicer.
Yeah.
The Jaguar looks nice. Yeah, you said the Mahindra. Was it the Mahindra one? I'm trying to find it. Was the Mahindra one they did with the cherry blossoms
No,
in the background? Because that was actually a really good render.
that was not the one I'm looking at.
But either
But
way,
yeah, I am excited for that car. When's that coming? Is that next year or 2 years?
I believe it's next year, but
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
not 100% sure, to be honest. Yeah, the Mahindra looks nice. Where's the what? You said there was all of them, bastards. Oh no, it was the Nissan that did it. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that does.
That makes sense.
But yeah, that one looked really nice. The render for that was really nice.
Oh, and also in final, I guess, news for this week, we got our 33rd entry for the Indy 500, which was Stephen Wilson.
Yes. Yep.
So
Oh, okay.
good to see him back on the grid. I don't know how
Yeah,
well
who
they
did-
do, but
Who did he partner with again?
I think he was it who was it now? Was it Dragon Speed? Yeah, I think it was Dragon Speed.
Yes, Dragon Speed
and
coming back.
Cusick Motorsports.
Yeah, because should remember that because they had a whole thing with someone on Twitter about that, a certain IndyCar personality.
Like a David Land. They had a spat earlier in the season.
Yep.
Kind of awkward.
Earlier in the season, it was like a week before
Oh, shit,
they
was it?
announced it,
Oh.
which is probably why they were it was like, or maybe about a month before. Either way, it wasn't like in the scheme of things, it was not a long time,
Yeah.
and that's probably why they were like, "Don't ruin this for us. We're gonna
Yeah, shut up."
announce it."
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see Dragon Speed if they had the money. We do have the money. We're coming back. Shut up.
But yeah,
It's supposed to be a surprise.
good to see Stephen Wilson on the grid. Good to see Dragon Speed back. Car actually looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. So yeah. And I guess next week is the IndyCar starts in Indianapolis.
Indy
And,
GP.
yep. We got a week off from Formula One. Then they got Spain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this month, the month of May for Formula One is going to be very meh.
Yeah, Spain and Monaco. Not looking for, like Miami.
Spain, Monaco is very-
Monaco, not looking to be the hottest month.
Yeah, the Miami hype train is really the only interesting part, which made it. You know what? Forgot to mention the train guy from TikTok. Of course, he showed up for the hype train,
Well done. Yes.
and then you got to watch a DRS train. So
all the trains. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
no wonder it was boring.
I'll say May might suck for racing. June will be great at least with Baku and Canada. So
Yeah.
we'll get through the rest of May. We can do it, and we'll be fine.
We
Look forward to
can do it.
500.
And yeah, we have the 500,
Yes.
and that's kind of it. And I guess with that, we're done, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks for listening to Spare Parts. Remember to follow the show on Twitter at sparepartspod and the hosts at Stephen Clary, at Sean Cavarella, and at Tate Moore.